Richard Palencia from Maryvale, Arizona, here from our hometown. Look, you're wearing your lab shirt where you train, proudly representing Maryvale. How does it feel to be another one of the great Maryvale fighters?
It feels great to be a part of the Maryvale MMA community, I guess you could say. But we're just alumni. We're just hardworking guys that like to fight and love what we do.
It is has it's been an alumni kind of thing from Maryvale, and it's not just guys; it's girls too.
hmm Yeah, we got Tracy Cortez. She's a killer. She's
Yes.
she's been beating up on all the boys since she was little. I remember seeing her in the wrestling club, and she used to beat up on her older brothers. It was pretty crazy.
She is really tough. I've seen her fight. So tell us so let's know a little bit about who you are. I know who you are. I've known you for a while, but people here want to know who is Richard Palencia. Tell us a little bit about you growing up in Maryvale. How was that? Like how how did you get started into wrestling?
Mm, it was good. I got started in wrestling in middle school. Um, I tried out. My brother was wrestling. He was an eighth grader, and I was a sixth grader, so I was able to wrestle and be on the same team. So that was pretty cool. And that's how I started. I really started wrestling only because of my brother Jose. I would
Mm-hmm.
have probably rather did boxing back then or something else, but I just did wrestling, and then I stuck with wrestling for a long time.
And then did you go into boxing or no?
I never did at a young age until it was later after I got into MMA.
Oh, until later on. So
Mm,
in Maryvale High School, that's when you were in the wrestling team, right?
yeah,
Were you there? Who were with any of the guys that we know? John, because John and Henry went to high school as well, right?
yeah. John was a little bit older. We wrestled on the same club, the
Mm-hmm.
same Maryville Wrestling Club, but Henry, same. We wrestled. We grew up in the same wrestling club. And then I went to school with Jose, my brother. He was a three-time state champ. And then who else would you know? Um, that's it, I guess.
From the Maryvale crew. Yes, I'm just reading the comments here. Any questions that you guys have for Richard? He'll answer them here live. How was it like growing up and like fighting with John and Henry who were in the UFC?
um,
Or they're older than you, right?
yeah, they're a little bit older.
So you kind of
Yeah,
like.
it's been good. I got into MMA just to help out John with his wrestling, just to be a partner for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I did one fight camp with him, and then I just started training after that. And I took my own fight, did an amateur fight. It was pretty quick. I was only training for like a month or two, and then I took an amateur fight in like 2013,
Mm-hmm.
and then I won that, and then ever since then I've been sticking with MMA.
So after that one fight camp, you're like, this is where I want to be.
hmm Yeah, once I always wanted to do like MMA and like other different styles and stuff. So once
Mm-hmm.
I was excited to go help out John with his wrestling, as far as wrestling live with him and giving him a good workout for his fight, and then that's how I came in and started training MMA myself, and it's been all MMA ever since then.
Do you have a favorite one? Like is jiu-jitsu your favorite? Boxing? Do you have
hmm
one?
I think MMA in a whole is my favorite. I love them all the same. But I did want to do kickboxing and boxing first, and then jujitsu. I already did the wrestling, so jujitsu is kind of like similar to wrestling. So I just wanted to get comfortable with the striking, karate, the kickboxing, the boxing, and
Mm-hmm.
that took a little bit of while with some coaches and learning.
You've had a lot of different coaches. Is there one in particular that kind of been like, this is the one that's impacted your life the most?
I think they've all impacted me. impact my life the most, I guess. They're all special in each way. I could take a little something from every single one, and yeah,
And you've done some coaching, right, for some little kids too, a little bit.
yeah, yeah. We coached at Maryvale Wrestling after
Hmm.
we kind of graduated high school. From there, it's always been tradition to go back and teach the younger wrestling generation. And so we coached a couple. I coached one state champion.
What?
Um,
Really?
yeah, me and Jose, we coached Alex Calderon to a state title. So that was pretty cool.
Wow. How does that feel? Because it wasn't like you getting it. It was like somebody like you taught.
Mm,
Your young grasshopper.
yeah, yeah, it was pretty cool. He he wanted a tough weight class, so it was fun. It was fun to watch him.
I've seen a couple of your fights. And we even went to Rocky Point and in Mexico. It was awesome seeing how big UFC has gotten in Mexico, and it was a great turnout. I was surprised.
Hmm.
How did it feel fighting in front of your people, because you are Mexican American?
Hmm. It felt good. They welcomed me with open arms. They were very respectful towards me, and vice versa. It was a good time. I really loved and enjoyed Mexico. They had a big fan base. Competition was pretty good.
Hmm.
Seen a lot of good fights.
Do you think it's going to start getting a little bit more popular in Mexico now? This type of sport.
Yeah, I think it's gonna continue to grow. MMA is still pretty young. As
Hmm.
a whole, it's only been around for about 20, 25 years. So boxing's been around for 100 years plus. So MMA's continue to grow, and it's going to be really big in Mexico for sure.
People like to see more of that action that MMA brings rather than the boxing.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a different type of action. A lot of people, it's like, depends what you like, but MMA is good. I like boxing too.
Yes, what I really like about this MMA is like the first time I even went to like see it live, like you guys really just go at it at the cage, but as soon as you step out, it's like the respect
Hmm.
you guys show. It's like the fighters bowing to each other. Is that respect of that martial art background, and that's one of my favorite things about MMA. Well, take us what you
Mexico.
go through preparing for a fight.
Hmm.
Like they tell you, hey, you're gonna fight this day. How far in advance are you preparing for?
It's usually about anywhere about 4 to 8 weeks. You
Hmm.
know, it's anything more than six is good.
And then how is it in the training camp?
It's Monday through Saturday. Sunday's
Hmm.
rest day. Friday's a little light, but it's pretty full training schedule Monday through Saturday.
And then diet is a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a healthy, clean eating, living style.
Hmm.
Hmm.
What I remember about this whole training camp and diet was Rocky Point, because I couldn't eat, because you couldn't eat, because I went hungry, because you were going hungry.
That's
Okay,
good.
guys. So what happened was I had never seen somebody lose 7 pounds as fast as you lost 7 pounds in what, like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a workout, so it was like 25, 25, 30 minutes.
25 minutes. Richard lose 7 pounds at the beach in his sauna suit. It was the most impressive thing I had seen.
It was pretty
Is that
hot that
normal
day.
for you? For me, that was like, what did you do? Is that usually kind of
Mm,
like you have to run off your weight before?
yeah, it's kind of like a wrestling style. The way I cut it, like right before, I just drink a lot of water, then put a sweatsuit on, and just get it all off as much as I can. And I kind of know my body weight pretty good, so I knew I would lose about seven in about 25, 35 minutes.
Hmm. Wow.
And then I weighed in right after that. I was like cutting it close, so it was pretty funny because we had to drive up there that morning.
Yes, that. That was interesting because you had to do the drive, and then
Mm-hmm.
run in the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and then do the weigh-ins.
Yeah, and then finally eat and relax and recover and get ready to fight the next day.
And then is that after that when you kind of just zone in and ready for the fight?
Yeah, usually when I get to the arena, I kind of zone in, like to relax in the morning, and then get to the arena and get ready to fight.
You can have your routine.
Yeah, like routine. I don't have like any superstitious routine, but I just have a nice relaxed routine that I like to go through.
Oh, okay, that's good. Cause
Yeah.
you gotta kind of keep it like consistent. And when it comes to your corner, who do you choose to who gets to be in your corner?
Um, I pretty much could choose who I want, like who I like, but it's whoever's working with me at the time of the fight camp. I'm not gonna choose anybody I haven't been working with, but it's whoever I'm working with at that time. But right now it's training at an MMA lab, so it's John Crouch. Um, Yatsun Mesa corners me all the time. You know him,
Mm-hmm.
and who else is a good one? Sometimes John corners me. Sometimes could be whoever's there at the time who's available.
Yes, I've seen John, Yatsin, and even your brother there in your corner
Hmm.
cheering you on.
Yeah, yeah, Jose's in the corner too.
Which is crazy because sometimes like you're in the middle, you're fighting, and then they're like telling you things, but I'm like, how can he even hear them? How is it? Like, do you like you're like you have this guy on headlock, and then like
Yeah.
you hear one of them?
It's just experience. Like the more times you compete in a one-on-one match like that, like you get comfortable, then you can hear your coaches in corner saying whatever from across the cage or across the mat.
Oh look who just tuned in! Only the strong, Coach G. What up, fam? He says.
What's up, JD? How you doing? I was watching some of your YouTube videos this morning. Good
Oh,
stuff.
of his workouts.
Yeah, he was doing this push up with the ball, throwing it up. It was like little hand-eye coordination and core, so it was pretty good.
Nice. Oh, somebody here says, do you have a go-to song before your fight?
No, it's whatever I like at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whatever song's popping at that time, I like to do what song's kind of in.
Oh, okay, so you haven't had one that's like specific for you.
Nah,
Is it like
no.
mariachi style? What?
uh, I will listen to whatever's at the time. I'll do some mariachi if there's one that I really liked at the time that I was listening to for the fight camp. Like I'll come out to that.
So I know you're always, you kind of are always training. You're always at the gym or in the weight room. How is it now that you are quarantined?
It's different. I
Mm-hmm.
had to adjust real quick, but once I adjusted, it's been all right. Just getting my workouts here. I can still go to the gym. We have to go in a
Mm-hmm.
small group, but we can still go to the gym. But yeah, it's been a lot different from being at a gym all day every day than
Yeah.
not being at a gym at all.
And you had a fight coming up, didn't you? Wasn't it like,
Hmm.
didn't it get canceled almost? Where they waited till like the
It was
last
like
minute?
yeah, it was fight week when they told. It was like maybe a week before fight week,
Mm-hmm.
so it was in the middle of that, like a week and a half before. So it's basically right for me. It's like right at fight week. You're already like cutting weight, getting ready to weigh
Mm-hmm.
in, getting ready to fight. Like at that point in time, you're getting pretty serious as far as like focus and lasering in and all that. You kind of start getting real focused. But yeah, right before that whole fight week thing, yeah, they canceled it. So it kind of sucks, but just gonna stay ready and be ready to fight right after this is all over and said and done.
Did they say anything about when they're going to kind of like postpone it till or no? They
No,
don't
they
know.
didn't. Yeah, they don't know. So it's kind of like playing it by ear.
How do you think this whole thing is gonna affect now, like this kind of like career path? You know.
I know. I was like already hoping to fight this last one, and then March 20th, who I would have fought. Then I was wanting to fight like early May, Cinco de Mayo weekend, and
Hmm.
well, it looks like we're still being quarantined by then, so it kind of affects it a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, with you fighters, it's definitely a contact sport. So it might take maybe a little bit longer for the sport to come back in action, right? Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know.
These times are crazy. So what if, like all the sports stopped, all the events stopped? What if there wasn't, what if there wasn't MMA? What do you think you would be doing?
Mm, I have no idea. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Oh, look, Joshua Ramirez says hi. We'll see
What's
some of
up?
the comments here. Richard Valencia from Phoenix. Hey, Chicho. Is that what they call you?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that nickname.
Mhm. That's my
So what are you doing? Are you watching Netflix, playing video games? What? Do you have a show?
YouTube. I like YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. A little bit of podcasts. Let me see what shows was I watching. I was watching Ozark, and
Oh,
I
okay.
watched like half of the season, probably like on and off. And then I didn't finish it, so
Oh, look,
I
there's
don't.
Irving.
Yeah. What's up?
He's also at all your
Irv,
fights. All your fights,
Irv
even
the
in
flirt.
Mexico.
Yeah, he's a road dog. He comes to all the fights.
For sure. That's why I was like, oh look, Richard Palencia. I saw. What do you think are three things that this kind of like career that sports has taught you in life?
Mm. The basics. The best things is like learning the basics. You know, anything you want to do, you just gotta learn the basic origins of that subject and get those down, and you'll be fine. Just outworking. Hard work beats talent. That whole thing. Just
Hmm.
my mental game is stronger from wrestling. And everything in life is easier once you've wrestled. They say it's because wrestling's so hard, physically, mentally, um, emotionally. You gotta control your nerves. Like once you do wrestling, you're able to control all that, and it's a different experience. I think everybody should wrestle or do some type of martial arts at least once in their life. I think jujitsu would be good for
Yeah.
a lot of kids, and karate, and adults can do it too.
That's actually one thing that I totally agree with you. Everybody needs to try some kind of, mixed martial art. It teaches you, it's not only, it's that self discipline too, and along with, you learn how to defend yourself, but it's that culture of that sport is one of my favorite things. And you wouldn't expect it because you're like, oh, it's just violence. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm. It's controlled violence.
It's control violence. So you say you kind of
Mm-hmm.
have to control kind of like your emotions when you're mad. Does it affect kind of like your fighting? So you can't fight when you're mad, can you? Does it get in
You
your head
you
or does
probably make
that
a
hold?
mistake. You'll probably make a mistake, but I don't know if I fought when I was mad before. I don't think I got to that point, but I don't think it'd be good. Yeah, usually you make mistakes or you know get overextended, stuff like that when you're mad. So you just gotta kind of keep your cool. But I
Mm-hmm.
think for other people it's good because they have large egos that they need to control, and they get angry, and then they're able to control it through sports like jiu-jitsu or wrestling.
Yeah. And now, actually, you are a new dad, Richard. Congratulations.
Thank you.
New little princess. How does that feel? That's a new
Uh,
stage in your life.
yeah, it's different. It's great. It's a blessing. I love it.
You're a competitive person, so are you already like planning to enroll her in
Mhm.
sports and get her in there?
Yeah, I'm working like on hand-eye coordination with her, so I was just trying to be the best dad I could be and just teach her everything.
Oh, that's so cute. She's
Hmm.
so adorable. I actually got to go to her first baseball game with her before this whole
Oh
coronavirus
yeah,
hit.
that was right before too.
Yes. How are you with changing
Uh,
diapers and all that? Is that going good for you?
yeah, it's pretty easy. Uh, yeah, it's not bad. I uh, I used to babysit my nieces and nephews, so yeah,
You're
it's
right.
not
You have
bad.
an
Yeah.
experience there. You have a lot. You have a big family.
Yeah,
A
we
lot
got
of
it's like
athletes
a
in your
big,
family too.
small. Yeah, yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, everybody plays a sport. You know, I got my nieces playing softball in Missouri. She just came back
Killing it.
because yeah, doing good.
Doing so good. I think that's why too. It was kind of like natural for you to go into a sport because all you guys are kind of natural athletes.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think we just, I think, yeah, we just pretty good. We're just athletic, I guess. Yeah, competitive, I guess. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
competitive. Yes, it's that competitive nature. So what would you say to some kids that want to follow in your footsteps and go into MMA when they're growing up?
Just get started young in wrestling or jujitsu, and just stick with it.
Yes. All right. Any questions for Richard, guys? Let's see. I'm gonna look at the comments here. Have you been listening and staying inside, Richard?
Have I
As
been?
most as you can.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty. I like to chill at the house anyways. Like I just chill and relax, and I don't have to go and do anything too crazy. I don't have to. I'm not that type of person that has to be out. So
Yes,
I'm good.
it's getting crazy here in Arizona because you are in Arizona. I forgot to ask.
Yeah, we're in
Yes,
Arizona.
Arizona here. Yes, well there were protests today about reopening Arizona, so that's why I was like kind of crazy.
Yeah, Trump was talking right now, so let's see what he says.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today on my live and talking a bit with me here about where you come from, how you train, your life, and what you're doing right now.
Uh,
Oh, you froze
what
again.
was that?
Wait.
I
Oh, there
kind of,
you are.
yeah, I kind of close. Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't catch that last part.
oh, I said thanks for coming on. Say hi to
Oh,
all your
thank you.
family,
Yeah,
Alicia, and your baby
yeah,
girl.
will do. Yeah, she's sleeping right now. I was gonna bring her, but she's
I know.
sleeping.
I was like, come on, no, we want to see her.
I know.
All right.
She's so
Thanks,
cute.
Richard. Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.